Welcome to StoryTime Kids. Let's read and learn together. Today's story, The Wind and the Sun. One day, the wind and the sun were talking in the sky. They began to argue about who was stronger.
I am the strongest,
shouted the wind.
No, I believe I am,
said the sun gently. They decided to have a contest to find out who was truly stronger. Just then, they saw a traveler walking along the road below. He was wearing a warm coat and walking slowly on his journey. The wind pointed at the traveler and said,
"Whoever can make him take off his coat will be the winner."
The sun agreed, and the contest began. The wind went first. He blew with all his might. Whoosh! The wind blew harder and harder, trying to tear the coat away. But the colder the wind became, the tighter the traveler held his coat. The wind grew even stronger. He roared and howled across the road. The traveler stopped walking. He wrapped his coat around himself and refused to let go. No matter how hard the wind blew, the coat stayed on. At last, the wind grew tired and gave up. Now it was the sun's turn. The sun did not shout. He did not push or force. He simply began to shine warmly from high in the sky. Slowly, the air grew warm and bright. The traveler felt comfortable. He smiled, loosened his coat, and soon took it off completely. The sun continued to shine gently, calm and peaceful. The traveler walked on happily, holding his coat in his hands. The wind was surprised. He had used all his strength but failed. The sun smiled kindly and said nothing. At last, the wind understood. Strength is not always about force. Sometimes kindness and patience can be far more powerful. Summary: this story tells us about a contest between the wind and the sun. The wind tried to use force, but only made things worse. The sun used warmth and gentleness and succeeded easily. Moral lesson. Moral lesson 1. Gentleness can be stronger than force. 2. Kindness often works better than anger. 3. True strength comes from wisdom, not power. Thank you for watching StoryTime Kids. Remember to complete your reading report. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe to StoryTime Kids and read more wonderful stories with us. See you in the next story.